Welcome to the city of the unwritten. A city that's given so much. A city of people who aren't afraid to get their hands dirty. A city of makers, entrepreneurs, musicians, artists. A city of laughter, memories, and people who will welcome others in with a cup of heartwarming handmade coffee. A city of people, young and old, working together. People who explore, live, and grow together. But what makes this place special? Being listed year after year as one of the best places to raise a family. Maybe because we have a community recognized for its safe neighborhoods and revered for its low unemployment. A city where adventure is everywhere you look, where you can pioneer your own story. We've opened a new page to write on for the generations ahead. Welcome to Bismarck.
Good morning. Welcome to 1 Million Cups. How's everybody doing today? Yeah, all right. Are we getting you all properly caffeinated this morning? And lemonaded? What a little bonus here this morning, thanks to Cooper. So, well, welcome. My name's Evan Anderson. I am with Gizmonics. I get to be your MC today. Anybody new at 1 Million Cups today? Anybody that has never been to a 1 Million Cups before? Okay, yeah, all right. Well, welcome. Yes. Well, you're welcome here anytime. So for the benefit, especially of our new folks here today, let's talk a little bit about what it is we're doing here. So we've been doing this as our 13th year of putting entrepreneurs, community builders, people that are doing neat things in our community up on this stage and telling us their story. Today we actually get to hear a story that's going to involve maybe hundreds of businesses, so that's kind of a record maybe. So basically give them an opportunity to share their story, interact with our audience. We have a Q&A at the end, so we'll have an opportunity to ask some questions and learn a little bit more, share contacts, do what we can to kind of help our speakers in any way that we can. So the big takeaway is, can we change the face of our startup community over 1 million cups of coffee? Like I said, we've been doing this now for 13 years. With the help of all of you. Thank you. Thank you for being here, and thanks for those streaming too. We always get some people on YouTube. All right, we have a brand new sponsor today. Arnie, there he is. Let's hear it for Arnie. And I've asked him to just say a couple of words, so Arnie.
Hi, Arnie Streeb. I'm the founder of Akase Growth Strategies. I named that company after my mom, who was a Nagasaki bomb survivor. Our vision is we help you grow. Our mission statement is we do the right things the right way at the right time. And then our values are honesty and integrity and the warrior spirit. I'm an old Army Ranger. And Evan asked me to talk about why support 1 Million Cups. And I had a company for about 3.5 years. I just sold it. You'll see it up there later for Bisblocks, which was I'm a co-founder of. The reason I wanted to support 1 Million Cups is because of Tyler, because of Joe, because of Evan, Janya, Marlo, who is not here, I believe, Ross, who I don't think is here. He's normally the guy that hands the little orange thing there, Lakin and Noah back up there on the top. They're everything that I would say supports what we want to do at Akase Growth Strategies. They want to help you grow as a business. They do the right things the right way at the right time. In honesty and integrity, their integrity is unquestionable. And I think I have like little 55, 56 different little cups on my orange cup. And they live that, they breathe that, and everything that I see them do at this meeting and throughout the community. So that's the reason why Akase Growth Strategies is a proud member to be a part of 1 Million Cups, is because of Evan and his bride and all the other folks that Mark Wagner, I forgot Mark Wagner, I saw him earlier today. That's the reason why we support 1 Million Cups. It's really to help the startups in the community, and also really, I think in many ways, to help companies that are already established I sent my sister-in-law to Tyler, who's starting a business. She first came to me and I said, hey, I'll do it for free, but Tyler is an expert in regards to Small Business Development Center, and he'll get you on the right foot. And normally what happens when I send people to Tyler, even though they want to pay me, I go, no, go to Tyler first. And then they either stay with Tyler, and then sometimes they come back to me. But I push them that way first because he's a great business mind. So that's the reason why we support 1 Million Cups. And that's a little longer than a minute, Evan, but I did the best I could.
Well, thank you for those kind words, Arnie. And anybody that's been here any number of times knows that Arnie's a regular here in our audience and asks some of the very best questions that we hear asked, and has some great interactions during and even after the presentation. So, Arnie, thank you for all of the ways that you're involved. We really appreciate it. All right, and so we'll continue on. We do have 3 pages of sponsors that he has just joined. We've got these guys, and do look at these companies, look at these organizations, thank them for supporting what we're doing here. Let them know that it's work worth doing. There it is. Found us. Okay. Another one of your businesses, or I thought you were trying to slow down a little bit, Arnie. All right. I know how that goes, though. Yeah, I've been trying to slow down for about a decade. Okay, so, and then we have a 4th page, and then these are businesses that allow their people to come and help and work on the committee to help put this thing together every single week, which is a really important component as well, obviously. So, again, thank these folks if you see them. It's good work. All right, so as I mentioned, we're going to have Q&A at the end, so be thinking about some good questions. And Joe is going to be our mic runner today. Ross couldn't make it, so it's kind of weird, but Joe, you're gonna nail this thing. I can just feel it. Okay, so be thinking about those questions, because that's the fun part of this, is when we start interacting with our speaker and get those questions asked. We do have a number of community announcements today. First, we like to start with a national day. We've got to celebrate every day, right? I love that Marlo's given us the opportunity to do that. Today is National Black Cow Day, which is, if you're not familiar, it's just a root beer float. But that's what it was called originally. And I read up on it a little bit. It was like some dude in Montana in the 1800s or something, and living kind of in the shadow of Black Cow Mountain. So that's how that name came up. So, I mean, root beer's kind of black, and cow ice cream, I don't know. It kind of worked that way too. But anyway, root beer float. So you might take the opportunity to have one of those today and celebrate today. All right, so we have...
All right, good morning. Well, first, Arnie, thank you so much for the kind words. Tyler with the North Dakota Small Business Development Center here. And I'll just say real quick, one thing, probably the thing I love the most about 1 Million Cups in this community that comes together every Wednesday morning is just the people you get to meet through this program. I think that the networking and connections you build here is probably the most value that I take from this time every Wednesday morning. And Arnie's certainly one of those people that I've met through 1 Million Cups, and really value the relationship, Arnie. So thank you for stepping up again to sponsor. But I'm talking about this Patriot Pitch competition. So the last couple of weeks, Al Hout was here, our district director for the SBA, a couple weeks back, talking about this. Today is the application deadline for this SBA Business Pitch Challenge. So this is a national business pitch challenge. A couple requirements for applicants is you have to be in business for 3 years. You have to have achieved $100,000 in annual revenue, so in annual sales. And they're kind of weighting this or giving priority towards innovative or businesses that are leveraging tech in some way. So I would love to see some North Dakota businesses apply for this, hopefully even some Bismarck businesses. So if you know any folks or anybody running a business that would qualify for this, let them know this application deadline is today. I know we're tight and we're up against it here. It's not that hard of an application to get in. If you could carve out even 45 minutes, I bet anybody working in their business would have the content, the narrative to put together real quick to get submitted. So that's my ask of everybody here today. If you or anybody you think would qualify for this or be interested in it, please spread the word and see if they can get their application in by midnight tonight. 15 hours, yes, that's right. All right, one more for me. So I serve on the board of the Bismarck Public Library Foundation, and this is an event they do a couple times a year, this Bismarck Library Tour. I've gotten to be a part of at least one of these, and there's a lot of neat little quirks and crannies and things in the library that you don't hear much about. They limit registration to 8 people per tour, and if you have some extra time and are interested in hearing just some backstory about the building there, the facility, all the programs that are offered there at the library, it's a really neat event. Would make for a really cool kind of date if you wanted to do that. Please support this event if you have the time.
All right.
I don't need to get up on here, do I?
No, you don't.
Okay.
If you want.
No, I don't. My name is Lane Hoffer. I'm a care coordinator with Better Together, but I also work for the ARC and doing this event next Monday. It's disability focused, so we have 3 presenters: Kristen Dvorak, Julie Hornevet, and Kayana Roker, just talking about disability rights. If you have any interest, even just a curiosity, just come check it out. It's free. It's at the Dream Center from 11 to 1. There's going to be tables, so the last I checked, it's going to be about 17, just different like vendors, and if you'd be interested, we're still taking whoever wants to come. You don't have to be a disability service or even in that sphere. It's just, even just a networking and marketing. But yeah, so next Monday, 11 to 1 at the Dream Center. Come check it out.
Thank you. Okay, Global Neighbors. Do we have somebody here? Yes.
Hello, my name is Jasmine. I'm the Executive Director for Global Neighbors, and we have just a couple things coming up. On Saturday, June 27th is International Fest. Again, it is free and open to the public. It's a day of just celebrating the diversity and different cultures that we have here in Bismarck Mandan. We will have food from the Philippines, India, Hispanic, German, and then ice cream. And then I was like, FOMO. Yeah, that's international. And we may or may not have a Japanese vendor too. And then just some different cultures represented. So there's Iraq, there's Peru, there's some Asian communities. So just a fun day of celebration from 10 to 4 at Dykeshoon Park. And I think there was one more. Okay, Community Salsa Garden. So we have the garden, everything is planted, but if you would like to volunteer to help us take care of the plots, you sure can. At the end of the season, we're gonna have a fun kind of salsa competition, just to celebrate all the goodness that has come out of the garden. And so if you would like to volunteer either for the Community Salsa Garden or for International Fest, just get in touch, let me know. If not me, you can just call the office or stop by the office and we can get you on the list for that. So that's all I have.
Wow, I'm hungry now. Seems some amazing food at International Fest. Okay, anybody else with an announcement this morning? If not, we'll get Tate up here. All right. So with that, let's get our speaker up here. So I've been on the Chamber EDC board for, I think this is my 6th year, so I've kind of watched this program grow and flourish and seen the real impact that it's had. So I'm really excited for Tate to share a little bit more about this year, and then we have kind of a special guest that's going to join us on stage too a little later. So Tate, come on up.
Hi, so I'm Tate Mills. I'm the event manager with the Chamber EDC, and today I'm going to share a little bit with you about one of our many programs we run at the Chamber EDC called Lemonade Day. That's Lemonade Day. That's our Lemmy. Lemmy is our mascot for Lemonade Day. I'll share more about him in a bit. So again, I'm Tate Mills. I'm also the city director for Lemonade Day. So Lemonade Day is a national program, and we have city directors in each city that represent Lemonade Day and present Lemonade Day to their communities. So I'm the city director for Bismarck Mandan. So what is Lemonade Day? Lemonade Day is a free youth entrepreneurship program that teaches kids about how to run their own business through a lemonade stand. It's important because it instills valuable skills like customer service, marketing. They even learn things about how to gain investors. So there's a lot of great real-world experiences they gain from this, and it goes throughout the entire summer. This was also introduced to Bismarck Mandan in 2017, so we've been doing it for about 9 years now. So what are the stand objectives when a kid signs up for Lemonade Day? So again, Lemonade Day is a completely free program. Nothing about Lemonade Day costs money besides the investment of what you put into your lemonade stand. So the stand objectives for the students and youth that participate in Lemonade Day is that they start, own, and operate the stand complete to finish. So they come up with their plan, they decide how they're gonna make their brand, represent their lemonade stand, and then how they're gonna operate their lemonade stand on their chosen day. So where is Lemonade Day? Lemonade Day is in Bismarck Mandan, but it comes across all of the country. So like I said, it is a completely national program, so there are more places in which Lemonade Day does get celebrated. This is a map of all the different areas in which Lemonade Day is, so it's everywhere. It's over 100 cities through North America and the Bermuda. What is the program and why we bring this program to the community? So the Chamber EDC brings this program to the community because it's important to instill these business values into our future workforce while we can. This is a great way for them to interact and get used to businesses while doing a fun kind of summer project for them to kind of keep in that educational mode. So they set a goal, and that involves what they're going to spend, save, share, and what they're going to learn from this program. They make a plan. So who are they going to be their business partners? Where are they going to get their investors? What's their lemonade stand going to be, and what's that menu going to consist of? What is their profit goal, and what does that price need to be? There is a workbook that we give out to all of our youth participants that guide them through each step of this part of the plan. So that way they don't feel alone as they set up these lemonade stands, and they have a guidance on what this is going to look like for them. They work the plan. So then you have to take your action steps, building your lemonade stand, curating your ingredients and making sure you have those available and ordered, running your own business, so making sure that you have your location in which your lemonade stand is going to get set up. Sometimes not everyone wants to set it up at their house, so they might be setting it up at a park or a local business that is willing to help support these students as they kind of learn about how to run a business. Achieve your dreams. So once they get done running their lemonade stand, what were those measurable goals that they met when they ran that? What were their business results? Then they learn more about accounting, they reflect on what they had done, and they kind of make more future plans on what they want to do in the future. You'll learn more about Cooper when he comes up here. He's our Young Entrepreneur of the Year. But after Cooper got done with his lemonade stand, he had all kinds of new ideas on what he wanted to do for the next year. So the planning. What does this look like for the Chamber EDC, and what kind of planning goes into this program? So this program, despite it being ran on July 18th, goes all throughout the year. We began our planning in December. That involves gaining sponsors to support this program, setting our city champions. We'll learn more about what city champions mean. Organizing TV, radio, and social media commercials, that way we can kind of share more about this program with our community. We want to make sure we can get our outreach as far as possible so that we can have more youth participate in this. We have up to 800 different youth who will participate in Lemonade Day every year. What schools, youth groups, and organizations might want to get involved in this that may have some students who are related to this or could benefit from the value of this educational program. We also obtain our workbooks that I talked about. So those are youth workbooks that guide them through the Lemonade Day program and teach those skills that we were talking about. Marketing, customer service, investment, also learning how to budget, things like that. Our bags that we have for our workbooks also feature all of our Lemonade Day sponsors and a couple different goodies that our sponsors like to provide. We also have a Lemonade Day website, and at the end there's a QR code you can scan if you want to learn more about our Lemonade Day website and kind of explore that. We update our website every year so that way people can kind of get a better understanding of what Lemonade Day is going to look like for 2026 and what new updates are coming into this year. These are our Lemonade Day city sponsors for this year. So we have a lot of great support from the different business communities going on. So Advanced Business Methods is our main squeeze sponsor. We use a lot of lemonade puns in Lemonade Day. Fresh squeeze sponsors, Bartlett and West, Frederickson and Byron, MDU Resources Group, and then Limelight sponsors. What Limelight sponsors means is they offer us to do our TV and radio commercials, and we film those with our city champions, and then they air those up until Lemonade Day starts. So we have 2 radio commercials going with KFYR TV and 2 radio ads going with Town Square Media. And then our Lemonhead sponsors, Bismarck State College, Bismarck Mandan Board of Realtors, Bobcat Company, Dakota Fence, Dwayne's Body Shop, Huck Financial, Running Shields, Cheyenne Farnsworth Agency with American Family Insurance, University of Mary Gary Thoraldson School of Business, and View Community Credit Union. So there's a lot of great businesses that help support this program throughout the year, and then they also get to engage with these students as well. So these students and youth that are participating in this Lemonade Day program, when they set up their lemonade stands on July 18th, we'll talk more about it, but they have a bus that we have them load onto for our sponsors, and we go visit all of these lemonade stands, up to 6 of them throughout Bismarck Mandan. So, city champions, what I was talking about. So we have city champions for Lemonade Day. What that means is these are the people who help support Lemonade Day and also are kind of a little bit of our advocates for what Lemonade Day is this year. So every year these change. This year our city champions is Kyle Caderna from Chick-fil-A Bismarck and Tanya Fife with Clearwater Properties in Dakota Zoo. Evan actually acted as our city champion 2 years ago now along with Janya, and they helped out with Lemonade Day, and that was a great interaction as well. So what do city champions mean? Like I said, city champions are our biggest advocates of Lemonade Day, so they are our big cheerleaders. This is a media day that we had with Town Square and KFYR TV when we had those presentations in order to fill those commercials. And what they also do is that they'll interact throughout the rest of the Lemonade Day season with their own network and kind of gain people to support Lemonade Day. Backpack materials. So I talked about what our workbook is and our Lemonade Day backpack. So this is what that backpack looks like. So if you see any kids with a yellow backpack looking like this, they're participating in Lemonade Day this year. Our backpack comes equipped with a entrepreneurship workbook, teaching those kids those valuable business skills. But also as a parent, you might feel a little lost sometimes on how to guide kids through these educational materials, and so we're also equipped for that. We also come with a mentor guide that teaches the parents on how to guide their students through those entrepreneurship skills. So if there's something that you have a question on, you're welcome to consult your mentor workbook, or you're also welcome to reach out to me, and I'm willing to help with that as well. So Lemonade Day kickoff. So Lemonade Day kicks off in May. So that's when we begin putting out our Lemonade Day materials and getting those backpacks out to our youth organizations. We do have some people who will participate even earlier in the year. So for instance, we have a teacher over at Simley Middle School who has about 2 or 3 classes he has participated in Lemonade Day before the school year ends. And he likes to teach those kids about those valuable business skills in his class as well. So Lemonade Day Kickoff is the official kickoff event for you to pick up your backpack for the Lemonade Day. And so Lemonade Day Kickoff was held at the Dakota Zoo this year. And we brought our mascot Lemmy out. That's our mascot. He's pretty awesome. And then kids are able to pick up their backpack at our booth set up outside the Dakota Zoo. They also get a free Dakota Zoo children's pass to go in. And this year we were able to give out free train rides as well, which was very awesome. There's Lemmy on the train. He did get to ring the horn. So where do the backpacks go after kickoff? So the kickoff event happens, maybe you weren't able to make it to that, and you still want your student or youth to get to participate in Lemonade Day. Where can you go pick up these backpacks afterwards? So the Chamber EDC is, of course, a spot where you can pick up those Lemonade Day backpacks once you're registered. Again, registration is completely free. You can get registered at any of these Lemonade Day kickoff spots at the backpack pickup locations, or you can get registered online on our website and then just pick up your backpack. So the Chamber EDC, the Bismarck Mandan, the Bismarck Veteran Memorial Public Library is also a spot in which you can pick up your backpacks. Family Wellness in Bismarck, and then Family Wellness in Mandan, Missouri Valley YMCA in Bismarck. And then Chick-fil-A has also joined as a backpack pickup location for this year. So following, I think it's midweek this week, we'll be getting those backpacks out to those different locations so those youth can go pick up the backpacks there and participate in the program. North Dakota Nice Nights. So one of our great initiatives this year is that we want to get more involved in the community events that are going on, and we want to get our youth really in front of the community and make sure that they can get Lemonade Day out there and get their own new brands and businesses out there. So one of the great things that we're going to participate in this year is North Dakota Nice Night with the Bismarck Larks. Yeah, there's Lemmy outside the ballpark. So North Dakota Nice Night will be July 14th. We are in conversation with the Bismarck Larks of what this is going to look like. So we want this to be a very welcoming community initiative where people can come and join and learn about all the different people in the community and welcome people to the community who are new to this community as well. So one of the great things is Bismarck Larks is featuring us with Global Neighbors. So Global Neighbors is going to have 4 different lemonades, up to 4 to 5 different lemonade stands set up at the ballpark that night. So then we can learn more about the youth that are participating in this program and also get to learn more about their different cultures. So they're going to also have different kinds of lemonades going on at their different booths. So we're going to have lemonade booths from Ukraine, Nicaragua, Guatemala, and South Africa, which is going to be very awesome to get to share with the community. Community events. Again, one of our big initiatives is to get more involved in community events for the future years. So that's a big part of our strategic plan from the Chamber EDC is that we want Lemonade Day to be more broad and be involved with the different things going on this summer. So if there's a community event that you would like one of our youth participants to set up a lemonade stand at, feel free to reach out to me and we'd love to get them involved. Lemonade Day can be ran any day throughout the summer. It does not specifically have to be on our July 18th Lemonade Day, community-wide day. It could be any time throughout the summer. Sweet spots. So another thing is when people are setting up lemonade stands, we have a map on our website that features all of these lemonade stands. So if you don't know where to go find these lemonade stands on the day that you want to go look for lemonade stands, we have locations that are willing to be sweet spots. Sweet spots are safe locations where people can set up their lemonade stands if they don't want to set them up at their house. So Advanced Business Methods, Bartlett and West, Huck Financial, View Community Credit Union, and Central Dakota Humane Society are all sweet spot locations for kids to set up these lemonade stands. You go pet some puppies and get some lemonade. So when is Lemonade Day? Again, Lemonade Day is any time throughout this summer up until July 18th. July 18th is our community-wide Lemonade Day where a lot of these kids, up to 800 kids, will set up these lemonade stands throughout the community. These are just a couple of our lemonade stands that we got to visit last year, and they set them up in different locations. So like this one, I believe, was outside Hobby Lobby. This one was up in the Runnings parking lot, or Ace Hardware parking lot, where they have that, what's it called? The farmer's market. Yeah, so those are different youth participants from last year, just a couple of them. And then we also have our Lemonade Day Caravan. So this is our bus that goes through and visits these different stands in the community with our sponsors every year. We have our own Lemonade Day mascots that will participate, but then we also have mascots that will come from BSC, from UMary. We plan on having a couple more mascots join us this year. So it's really fun when we get to go visit 6 different stands, 3 in Bismarck and 3 in Mandan, and see the faces of these kids light up when we get off the bus and join them to kind of get their lemonade. They get really excited, but they also get really nervous. So where can you find these? Again, we have a Brand Your Stand map on our website in case you want to go out on July 18th and enjoy some lemonade with your family. That is a Saturday. So you can check out our Brand Your Stand map and figure out what all these different stand locations will be set up. So what do they do after Lemonade Day? How do they know that they achieved their goals and made it to where they need to be? These are our business results. So following Lemonade Day, each participant submits their business results to our website. This measures their goals, made sure that they go through their workbook, and just kind of asks where they put their profit lines. So a really important part of Lemonade Day is knowing where you put your profits. It's not who makes the most profit. That's not where our values are. Our values are where you put them. So did you spend your money? Did you save your money? And did you share your money? And did you hit these 3 goals that way? So we'll talk where Cooper spent, saved, and shared his money when he comes up on stage, because he had some really good goals. That's how he ended up being our Young Entrepreneur of the Year. Speaking of Cooper, so Cooper Quist is 2025's Young Entrepreneur of the Year. So Cooper was able to spend, save, and share and allocate his money in those 3 different ways. He donated part of his profits to Furry Friends Rock and Rescue. He saved his money for a future sailboat. I thought this was a remote sailboat. It's a big sailboat, so we got big goals. And then he also spent his money on a well-deserved Paw Patrol toy. So yeah, those were the different places in which he got to spend, save, and share his money that made him into our Young Entrepreneur of the Year. Last year's brand was called Cooper's Positively Delicious Lemonade. As you saw his stand outside, this year is Cooper's Super Lemonade. Super Cooper's Lemonade. So he's got rebranding this year. You're his launch. And then, so one of the great things about being Young Entrepreneur of the Year is Cooper also got a bike for winning Young Entrepreneur of the Year. And then he gets celebrated at Celebrate Bismarck Mandan, where we award all of our different business community participants who participate in that capacity. And that is Lemonade Day. If you want to connect with us or learn more about what Lemonade Day is, there are QR codes to our website, our Facebook, and this is my contact information if you have any youth that would like to participate in the program this year, or if you have any questions.
Okay, because I have to share a mic with him.
All right, well, thank you. All right, so, Joe. Ross wouldn't have spilled my coffee. All right, so where to start? Well, I guess one thing I wanted to talk a little bit about is the more I got involved with Lemonade Day, I was really impressed with the materials that come in the backpack. It was a lot more substantial than I think I anticipated in terms of just really lays things out, and I think provides a great opportunity for the students to work with their parents and with their friends. So I guess maybe I'd like you to maybe comment on those materials a little bit, Tate, but then I'd also like to hear from Cooper maybe about working with his parents on kind of putting his stand together.
Yeah, I think one of the things that really drove the Chamber EDC towards Lemonade Day would be those workbook materials, because it's important for kids to learn about these business values early on, and what better way to do it than a lemonade stand that they can run throughout the summer. So like I said, some of the things they learn about is customer service, marketing, how to gain investors, but then they also learn about budgeting and creating their own plan, branding, all those fun things that kids don't usually think about when they set up their lemonade stand, but it really takes a moment to allow you to stop, think, go through the workbook, complete the little fun quizzes and activities in order for you to kind of meet those goals and have a better understanding of what your lemonade stand is going to look like. And again, the mentors have a workbook as well. That's not really activities for you, but also kind of guidance on how to help your students or youth go through the program. So those are one of the big things that we kind of drove us towards Lemonade Day, is because we can provide educational materials to Bismarck Mandan and provide a great summer program for different youth to participate in when they're not in school.
So Cooper, how was it to work with your parents with those materials and kind of create your lemonade stand? You want to talk about that a little bit?
It was very fun.
You like your workbook?
Yes, I do.
Did you complete all your lessons last year?
I did.
Great job. What was your favorite thing you learned last year?
Spend, save, and share.
Awesome.
He said 30 times that number of words on his way in the door this morning. I'm not sure. Thank you, Cooper. Yes?
Thank you so much. for sharing a little bit more about Lemonade Day, because it is an awesome program for our community, but then also the youth in our community. But my question to Cooper is, you just shared your favorite thing that you learned, but what was your favorite thing overall about Lemonade Day and setting up a Lemonade Day stand in our community? What was your favorite part?
That I got to spend, save, and share.
Was it a lot of work?
Yes.
Did you have a really busy day at the lemonade stand? How many people did you have?
I don't know, but it was a lot. And last night I had to prepare, and I had to put in 16 scoops to make my lemonade.
Awesome.
Well, I hope you've all had a chance to sample the lemonade up there. If you haven't, I think it's still set up, so you're welcome to do that for sure. Wow.
Cooper was also one of the spots that the Lemonade Day bus got to go visit, so that was really fun for us, and he did a great job handling up to a 60-person crowd.
Wow, that's a lot of lemonade. Yes.
Me? Is it on?
Test, test.
Oh, okay, sorry. Cooper, where are you going to go on your sailboat, or what's the plan with that?
I'm gonna go to like Hawaii and Florida, or somewhere else.
Those are good spots.
Wow. It's going to take quite a boat. Yes.
Tate, I have a question for you. If you are contacted early enough or given enough notice, are you able to do like additional languages for your workbook material and things like that?
Yes, thanks for bringing that up. So one of the great parts of Lemonade Day is that they do have different kinds of workbooks for us to work from. So we do have Spanish workbooks available. So some of our participants from Global Neighbors will actually be working from those Spanish workbooks this year. So we have a couple of those available in case people want to learn in a different language, or specifically in the Spanish language.
Cooper, is there a certain flavor of lemonade that people really like?
They really liked last year the pink lemonade, Sky's High Flying lemonade, and this year it looks like they really like the flavored syrup ones.
Do you have a favorite flavored syrup that you like in your lemonade?
I think all three.
All three?
All
I
three?
mean, both two.
Okay.
What flavors do you have out at your lemonade stand this year?
Kryptonite Geminade, Sunade, and regular lemonade.
And then one more question, Cooper. Are your mom and dad good employees? Do they help?
Yes.
A lot? They do. Okay.
A lot.
Okay. My daughter did this, and the sharing part was just really extraordinary. So thank you for having this as a event in Bismarck.
Thank you.
Actually, the sharing piece, we had a really neat 1 million cups moment. It's been a few years ago now, but the share with the Entrepreneur of the Year that year was for the Cancer Center. And one of the audience members had a family member deeply impacted by cancer and offered to match that entrepreneur's donation. Wow. And that was really, just kind of this impromptu thing that happened. It was really neat. Marnie.
So Cooper, keep up the great work. A question, when you think about all the things that you had to do, what was the hardest thing that you had to do?
Getting ready the lemonade. That was kind of hard.
Which part? Building the stand or making the lemonade?
I would say building the stand plus making the lemonade. That was both very hard.
That's a pretty nice stand. Did you build that, or did you and your parents build that? You and your dad. Nice.
So what was the thing that you liked the most about your business or building your business? Since is it your second year or third year?
Is this your second year? Or is it?
It's my second year.
Okay, so what did you find the funnest thing about your business?
That I get to buy things. And spend, save, and share.
And the sailboat. So Tate, maybe a little bit on the broader scope of Lemonade Day. It's a national program. Have you got a sense of how our community does, compared to other communities? Are you seeing the program growing nationally? Just kind of what's going on the broad scale there?
It's a great question. So our community is very involved in Lemonade Day. Up to 800 stands is a great amount of stands for Lemonade Day participation. Compared to other communities, I would say they would have, it depends on obviously the size of your community. Bigger communities are gonna have more people involved. Smaller communities might have less. Yeah, you can look at those pictures. So bigger communities will obviously have more, smaller communities might have less, but it really just depends on how many people want to participate in this program every year. So I think that Bismarck Mandan, it has definitely grown throughout the years. We have jumped from going from 300 participants every year up to 800 just within the past few years, which has been very great. And a lot of that comes from those youth organizations that participate in this program. One of the programs that participates is CREA, which is one of the after-school programs through the schools. And they take up to I'd say 400 backpacks, and they have their own Lemonade Day that they run. And that's also the week of that July 18th Lemonade Day. It's not on July 18th, I believe it's on July 14th, because obviously it has to be during on a weekday. But yeah, so we have a lot of great participation every year. You want to head to yourself?
All right, Tate, so you've been running this program for...
Here. I was checking if Cooper wanted to head back. You're doing great.
Awesome. So you've been running this program now for a few years now. And is there a specific skill that's rather impactful that you either witness or hear from parents that these youth are learning?
So I would say the gaining investors has been the most interesting skill that I've learned that these students are learning about. So we've had people, it goes through how to make a business plan and pitch your business plan to these investors. So we've heard about youth participants that will actually go to their neighbors and knock on doors and pitch their business plan in order to gain that investment. And then obviously you have to pay back your investors at the end of your business plan. So watching students go through that portion where they might not have had to do that in the past when running a lemonade stand, that might not have been something they thought of. Usually it's maybe you borrow $20 from your parents and you probably won't pay it back. So this guides you on how to properly go through investments and kind of gives you an early look on what that is.
All right, I have a question for Cooper. So my first business was a lemonade stand too. It's been a few years ago. But I have since, at last count, I think I've owned 12 businesses over the years since my lemonade stand. Maybe that counts my lemonade stand, I don't know. But so point being, I think that lemonade stand was a really good experience for me to learn how to start a business, and I've just kind of continued doing that, continued having businesses. So are you interested maybe someday in being an entrepreneur and starting a business and having your own business? What do you think about that?
Yeah, I would love to.
What kind of business would it be?
Maybe an engineer like my dad.
That's awesome.
Or a firefighter.
Who doesn't want to be a firefighter, right?
Cooper, what does entrepreneur mean?
Businessman.
Businessman, there you go.
Well, that's encouraging. Yep.
Well, I have to say, one piece of advice that I'll throw out there is don't give away your trade secret on how many scoops of mix you put into you don't want your competitors to know your secret sauce. But
It's got to be secret recipe.
I will say, as a small business owner, one of the hardest things I have found is branding and marketing. So what made you want to change the name of your stand from last year to this year?
I wanted to have 2 lemonade stands, and I want my second lemonade stand to be themed of superheroes.
I love it, and I love that you're franchising already.
So what are your, I guess, what are the main features of your new stand this year? What's different besides the name, and what are your plans? Is he doing the 18th
Are you doing July 18th for Lemonade Day? I think so. Yep, we're doing
Okay.
July 18th.
So what is your stand going to look like that day? What's going to be different from last year?
It's going to have different signs.
And then your stand is different this year because that was built this year, right?
Well, I just used the stand from last year.
Oh, okay. And then your recipes are different, right?
Yeah,
Awesome.
just different.
Different flavors.
Yeah.
Heck yeah.
Are you excited?
Yeah, really excited.
Okay, Arnie's got another
Yeah,
question.
so Cooper, what grade are you in? And I think the second question would be is, what do your friends think of all the things that you're doing with the lemonade stand?
What?
What grade are you in?
I was in kindergarten last year, but now I'm in first grade.
And then what do your friends think of your lemonade stand?
They like it.
They like it?
Uh-huh.
Did you tell them you're Young Entrepreneur of the Year? Yeah.
Have any of your friends been involved in the stand with you, or have you helped convince some of your friends to also have their own lemonade stands?
Nah.
We'll get them next
Competition, yeah. Yes.
Hi, Cooper. I think it's really admirable that you wanted to share some of your money that you made last summer. And I was just wondering if you've thought about, are you going to share more this year, and who you think you might share that money with?
Uh-huh. Yes, I have.
Do you know who that's going to be?
Who are you sharing with?
Or is it a secret? If it's a secret, that's okay.
I'm going to share with Make-A-Wish.
Oh, that's a good one. Are you also still saving for your sailboat?
Yeah. Yes.
Have you picked out your sailboat yet? Do you know what it's going to look like? Hawaii's a long ways.
No.
So Cooper, tell me, how did you find your investors?
I found my investors because they're my parents.
Did you have to make an investment pitch and ask them to be investors, or how did that work?
I did.
How did it go?
It was good.
Yeah, they invested?
Yeah.
Did you pay them back?
No.
Got it. Figured.
Yeah, I did.
You did? Oh, okay. Save, spend, share, reimburse needs to be a fourth one there, I think. Wow, I'm exhausted. Anything else you want to tell these folks about your lemonade stand this year?
It is themed of Superman
Why Superman?
because that's one of my favorite superheroes.
I can kind of see that in your shirt.
And should they come see you on July 18th to visit your stand?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shit.
Where is your stand?
I'm going to have my stand at Cashwise again.
North Cashwise on July 18th if you want to see Cooper's lemonade stand.
All right. Well, I think we got some people here that are probably going to join you. I'm guessing. So, if there are no other questions, I think we're going to probably get to Joe. If you can ask our last question. I'm falling behind here. All right.
For anyone
Joe has a
watching
question.
for anyone watching on YouTube, I'll give a public testimonial. Your regular lemonade, spot on. So everybody should check you out. So I'll ask Cooper and then Tate. So Cooper, what can we do, everybody in this room, what can we do to help you be successful on and do well on Lemonade Day?
You can help me with my tips.
Tips are important. And Tate?
One thing so that we can help with Lemonade Day is having more youth organizations involved in Lemonade Day. Spreading the word about an educational summer youth program that teaches about entrepreneurship is just one of the best ways to help Lemonade Day. And then also supporting these young entrepreneurs on July 18th. So if you want to book your calendars for July 18th and plan on visiting a few stands, you can check out our website to see where these stands will be on our Brand Your Stand map. So that way you can plan your route on where you want to go. And yeah, just supporting Lemonade Day is one of the best ways that you can help us out.
Cool. Well, Cooper, thank you for joining us on stage today. Good job. And Tate, thank you for what you do for this program and the energy you bring and just the success that it's seen as a result of all that effort. So let's hear it one more time for these two.
And Cooper will be set up with his lemonade stand out there for a little while longer if you wanted to stop by and try out his new flavors.
Yeah, and if anyone knows a good sailboat, you can go up to your stand if you want, Cooper, and get ready for your customer influx. Okay, so what do we've got coming? We've got Dr. Sandy, Lifestyle Chiropractic next week, and then Next Play Rec Center is going to be here on the 24th. And we are actually going to take a week off on July 1st. So that is what we've got coming up. Please put these on your calendar. These are all the ways to get in touch with us or stay in touch with us. Most of you know this already. Go up and have some lemonade. Thank you so much. Have a good rest of your week.